Until recently, I didn't know that the Scotch Pie dates back to the 18th century. People come from all over the world to Scotland just to try this amazing pastry. They're made differently to other pies, and the filling, well, that's just meat, packed solid with pure meat. I've been cooking professionally for all of my adult life, and I've never made a Scotch pie until now. Hey everyone, how's it going? Good to see you. It's another beautiful day here in Worcestershire, but we are desperate for a drop of rain. I'm hoping we get some very, very soon. So welcome back everyone to my channel, Chef Archie's Easy Recipes. And thanks for joining me for today's extremely special video presentation. It seems that I've been waiting all of my adult life to make this amazing pie. I cannot wait. All the ingredients and quantities can be found in the description box below. Don't forget, click on the word more and it'll reveal all the info you need. The pastry we're making is called hot water pastry. It's the easiest pastry of all, in my opinion, to make. There isn't any judgment involved. It's a case of weighing all the ingredients out and just bringing them all together until you have a ball of dough. Let's make a well in the centre of the flour, and I'm going to add some of my favourite Himalayan pink salt. So I'm going to take a whole egg and beat it up really well. And once I've given it a really good thrashing, I'm going to pour it into that little centre well that we made. Now we need a fork. Scatter the egg throughout the flour for about a minute until it's all mixed nicely. I've got some water here in my saucepan. It's just about boiling. I'm going to add some cubes of lard, and over a medium heat I'm going to stir the lard until it's completely dissolved. I think the lard I'm using is pork lard, just standard pork lard from the store. Once everything's dissolved and you can't see the lard anymore, it's ready. You need to leave it for about 30 seconds just to come off the boil. And then let's make another well in the centre of our flour. And very gently and carefully pour our lardy water. I'm not sure if lardy water's a thing. Pour it into the middle and bring all the flour from the outside into the middle. You can use a fork to start like I have if you want to. Eventually, clumps will form and it's going to start to form a ball. Mix everything together the best you can. I then switched to a wooden spoon, a little bit more control. And as you can see, our pastry is made. And it's still quite warm, so I'm just going to check with my hands that everything's nicely formed together into a tight, compact ball. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to leave that in the bowl for 5 minutes while we make the filling. Traditional recipes call for mutton. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any, so I bought some minced or ground lamb from the store. This is 20% fat. I'm hoping it will do the job. I've pre-fried a large onion in a little bit of butter until it's nice and brown. Half the recipes I researched included onions, so I thought, well, let's go for it. Mace features in every single recipe I've found. It's the outer casing of the nutmeg seed and offers a slightly sharper and sweeter flavour than nutmeg. Quite a few different herbs featured in all the recipes I read, so I'm adding a teaspoon of mixed herbs. We will need, of course, some salt to season, but every recipe I came across said, be generous with the pepper. We really need to spend a few minutes mixing all the flavourings into the lamb. If we don't, someone's going to take a bite, and if that's all mace or all pepper, it might be funny to us, but it won't be funny to them. So try and mix that in really, really well. I'm adding some stock or some broth to it now. I'm using lamb stock. That, in my opinion, would be best, although I've seen lots of recipes that say any stock is okay. It's just added to keep everything a little bit moist. So Let's mix that in once again with a fork for about a minute or so. And that's the filling. That's all ready. Time to assemble the pies. The pastry's still warm, so I'm taking a plum-sized piece of pastry and rolling out the base to our pie. But we'll need a little bit of extra flour from time to time. Once you've rolled it to about a 1/4 inch thick, it's ready to put in the bottom of our little springform moulds. All the information about these moulds will be in the description box below. Don't forget, click on the word more and it will expand to reveal all the information you need. So take our little springform tin. I've got some greaseproof paper in the bottom and I've also greased the tin in general quite well. Gently place the pastry base into it and just bring the outside in, and as you do, as carefully as you possibly can, press the sides in with your fingers. But take your time with this bit because it can be a little bit tricky. I'm not going to trim my pastry. I'm choosing not to today. I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a second or two, but I'm bringing the pastry right down into the base of the mould. I'm using my fingers to secure the sides. Now, can you see what I'm doing? I'm taking my thumb and I'm pushing it down to form a little beading edge. And all my research, this little beaded top featured everywhere. And that's what I'm trying to recreate here. I want to do as authentic a job as possible. And I'm sure there are people out there who are going to laugh at this, but I just want to try and make my pie exactly the same as it looks in all the pictures of all the history food books that I've consulted to do this amazing creation. And I also think I owe it to Scottish food heritage to do the best job I possibly can. And it is a little bit tricky, I'm not going to deny that, but just take your time and I promise you at the end it will pay off these extra few minutes. Okay, that's pretty much done. As you can see, I've achieved that little rim at the top of the pie and it's ready now to put our lovely lamb mixture in. I think they look pretty much nice and even. I'm quite pleased with that job. Okay, I've got some lamb here and I'm going to take a ball of lamb, about a tennis ball size of lamb, and I'm just going to press that meat into my base. We need to pack it tightly because the lamb will shrink a tiny little bit during cooking. And the lamb needs to be halfway up the pie. For the lid of the pie, we're rolling out a golf ball sized piece of pastry to about 1/4 inch thick. I was lucky to find a pastry cutter that was the perfect size for my pie top. So cut that pie lid out and pop it into the pie on top of the lamb. It needs to be a tiny gap between the edge of the lid and the wall of the pie to allow for when it cooks. And here's that hole, the distinctive hole that you need in a Scotch pie, about the same size as your finger. And I'm just going to tidy up my little rim. Now I'm going to brush with egg. And some people use water, some people use milk. I like egg on pastry, so this is a personal choice. If you don't think I should use egg, let me know in the comments. My oven's set for 165 Celsius, 325 Fahrenheit. That should cook them just about perfectly. I'm cooking them for about 45 minutes. That should just about be enough. Obviously, oven times and temperatures will vary. And then I've took them out and let them sit there for 45 minutes more to cool down, because now I want to take it out of my little springform tin and it should just pop out cleanly. Look at that. Absolutely fabulous. I'm very, very pleased. It's as good as any Scotch pie I've seen in all the drawings and pictures during my research and investigations, taking the base of that paper off the bottom. And I can't wait to get my teeth stuck into this pie. Let's cut it, shall we? Now the filling should be solid, shouldn't be any juice coming out. And it's cutting lovely. Absolutely over the moon I am. Let's open it up, shall we? And there you go, solid, packed with meat. What a beauty. If you're having this as part of a meal, if I were you, I'd have gravy with it. But all my Scottish friends tell me HP sauce is the way to go. Big splodge on the plate for me. Dip it in there, don't stinge on the HP. Oh my God, it really is absolutely fabulous. It's my first ever attempt at Scotch pie, everyone. And I'm happy to report the result is a resounding yes from me and my daughter, but I'd like to hear all your comments. Please let me know exactly what you think in the comment section below. I'm absolutely over the moon. But listen, everyone, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It's huge for us. Share your videos with your pals as well. And please let me know how you'd improve the recipe. Let me know what you disagree with in the comment section below. I love all your food stories. Anybody grew up in Scotland eating these, I want to know all about it. I just love food nostalgia. My God, that pie's got my name on it. I'm going to get stuck in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon.